Right. Technical glitches. Okay, so I'm live, Michele K, real estate agent in Long Beach for my Go Live Long Beach live stream. And today I'm really excited, and I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to bring him on right now. I have John Grossi. There you go. How you doing, John?
Doing great.
Thank you so much for doing this. Right. See the shoes on the other foot, huh? Because it's
Yeah,
usually you interviewing people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it better that way.
Yeah, it is sort of, yeah, it is better to be, yeah, being in control is always good. Well, I just want to give a real brief how I know you, and then we're going to go into what you do. But my older daughter, who's over 30 now, she's the same age as your older brother, Paul. So for years, Paul Grossi, Paul Grossi, Paul Grossi, they were same grade school and hung out with the same people. And then I always guess I knew there was a younger brother, but I really didn't even know your name. But I guess the first time I really remember you is, do you remember the Mr. and Mrs. Bruin contest?
Yeah,
And your brother played, I'm really bad on songs. He played the guitar, correct?
yeah. He played Beyonce to the left.
To the
I think.
left, to the
Yeah,
left. And so he's out there and and John also is a very talented musician. He's singing that song, it's so pretty. And then and then John and one of your friends, right? Or in the
yeah. One of
background.
his friends. It was Pat Radford, one of his friends.
And they did this just like incredibly silly dance, which was so funny. Did he win, by the way?
I don't think so.
No. I think he should have won. And I just want to say, Tori danced a piece from Don Quixote on point. She was absolutely gorgeous. I was like, really? She didn't win. But anyway, so John has a really good sense of humor. I always think he always reminds me of Seinfeld. I think it's very similar. I don't know if that's like dry, like, yeah, you're being
I mean,
funny, but
it makes sense since I watched Seinfeld every day of my life for probably 20 years.
yeah, I think you've done a good job picking up on him. Um, and then when you were in a senior, and I had talked, I knew your parents, and I knew you were going around the country looking for colleges, and you ended up choosing University of Pittsburgh, which was my alma mater. And I remember walking up to you at school at Wilson. I was volunteering for something and just like sticking out my hand and being like so excited. And then I was like, why are you going there? That's great. And and then you were there for a year, correct?
Hmm.
And John, you just decided you're all Long Beach, right? That just wasn't a good fit to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was even further. It was just like I wanted to do my own thing, my own business. But I liked Pittsburgh a
Oh,
lot. I really wanted to drop out of college and start my magazine, but my parents didn't want me to drop out of college. So, um, but I wanted to move back and start a business.
I did not know that. I thought it had more just to do with that, yeah, Cal
I'm
State Long Beach. So it was more the business, and then Cal State Long Beach was a good fit since you
Yeah,
guys live
I mean,
right.
definitely missed home, but definitely was very just ready to do something beyond college. Not that that wasn't fine too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And I know, you've written about it, but okay, so let's talk about what your business is. I mean, for people who don't know what you do, go ahead, tell them how that business started and everything.
Well, so we it's a magazine. So I started a magazine for East Long Beach, and I think not to knock your point. I did want to be in Long Beach and love the area, and but I always really wanted to help small businesses. And I think when I started it, I always thought I was kind of interviewing a bunch of small business owners during college, and I would eventually pick which one I wanted to do. But then I feel like I've kept doing that and might just keep doing that forever. But that was definitely how it started. I was like, well, I'll interview people in real estate, people who in restaurants, people who started this, who started that, and that way, when I'm older, I'll know what I want to do.
Ah,
And
it's
it just
awesome.
like kind of like uh, took off, and I've always really liked. We originally thought of this magazine idea. It was my dad's idea. I liked helping him in his small business when he had it, and I always just have taken a lot of pride in being. So we can help your business advertise in our magazine, but we can also help you with other stuff. And I just think it's useful to have someone you can trust, and some like your average small business owner is an expert in their field, but not necessarily marketing, or they don't have the time for different things. So anything that we can do to help, just help. I think more so than any other like niche is it's just like trustworthy. I just think that
Yeah.
if you do work with me, you know that we're going to take care of it,
Yeah.
and we're not going to promise something we can't do.
Yeah.
And
I think
that's basically
also,
it.
yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, right, it's the magazine, like where you have advertisers, I being one of them in the magazine, but then also, you're just really good on the online social media. You just did one for a brewery the other day. What was the name of that brewery? Do you remember? It was
We did some pictures at 10 Mile Brewing.
Yeah, awesome, just like I did not know about 10 Mile, and now, of course, after all these really cool posts, I'm like, "Man, I have to go there." So,
Yeah,
yeah, so I think you've got the print magazine, but then you also have the online presence, and, people can advertise, and you can promote them in both places, correct?
yeah, and not to. I mean, definitely the main thing is our print magazine, and I think that's like uh, something I'm really proud of because it's crazy because I keep thinking print's going to disappear, but it seems to get more and more popular, and people keep like. I mean, every issue I think we get just a better response, and it's been happening for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been
And
over 10 years, or you had your
oh,
anniversary last year?
yeah,
Or
so like yeah, over 10 years, and I think there's so much online that I do take a lot of pride in, like when we're doing, and paper is so expensive, as you know. I've gone on rants about that, but I do think it provides, like, we put so much work into the magazine. So like whether or not, hopefully it's something you care about and something you're interested in because it's in your community, but uh, definitely a lot of work goes into it, and there's a lot of thought, and every single word is read so many times, and so I think that's like really cool, and I think the vibe of the magazine is important because it fits the Long Beach I grew up in, which I know I've talked about with you before, but it's East Long Beach, and this neighborhood vibe. This it's the combination of a big city with the suburban feel, and I think that's resonates with a lot of people. It's not all Long Beach is. Long Beach is super diverse and has a lot of different people living here for all different reasons and in all different stages in their life. But I do think sort of that family demographic does get overlooked sometimes, and it's like
Mm,
special in Long Beach because it's not a suburb. It's like a suburb in an awesome city with a bunch of things to do.
yeah,
But it
yeah,
is a neighbor. There's a lot of neighborhood, just neighborliness and neighborhood
yeah.
traditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, you do a really good job with it. Yeah, the magazine. I mean, there's everybody knows the 908 magazine. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Do you also still do the thing where I forget that when you like send you do the packages. What do you call that when you make the delivery? Are you still doing that?
Oh, the subscription box. Yeah, that's
Yes, subscription box. I couldn't think
awesome.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing that. We keep getting more subscribers for that too. Uh, that's
Yeah,
really
like
cool.
what's in like how does that work? How much do you have to pay for that and what do you
So
get?
so we that comes out 4 times a year, and you can either order our big box, which you would pay $70, and you are signing up to get, you pay $70, but you get $100 worth of local items. So you get discounted items, but you're supporting local business. It's just like a really cool opportunity for
Yeah.
these small businesses. They don't really mind giving us like these items on discount because, one, we're buying in incredible bulk. We're buying hundreds of these of whatever it is, and two, they just like to advertise to people like, hey, this is an actual item you can buy from us, whether it's like a household little knickknack or if it's food or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So we have the big box, or the smaller box is just $50. $50, and you get $60 worth of items.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's a lot of work for you. You're a little worker bee.
Yeah, I think well, a lot of people say this, but Paul has brought it up on the podcast where he says no one works harder than you. But it's funny because it's like not like I'm a millionaire. I just like can't stop. Like
See,
I
it's
just
just
need to
like
keep
Seinfeld. You
working.
know, like Seinfeld, like never seemed like he was ever doing anything. Like you never really seem like you're doing anything.
Me? Oh,
Yeah, sort of.
good.
Can we talk about the podcast also with
Yeah, sure.
yeah, with Paul Slater, which I just want to go back to your brother's name is Paul. John, I sometimes I really have to think like, wait, what is that guy's name? Is he John Grossi or is he Paul?
Yeah,
Because Paul is just off my lips forever. But anyway, they do a podcast, him and Paul. I guess you're supposed to call him Paulie Slater, I guess from my talking to my girls who know him.
yeah,
And they call it Shoot Your Shot. And I just think it's the best podcast. If you live in Long Beach. I don't even know if you have to live in Long Beach, but your sense of humor is just phenomenal. And who did you have on? It's the coach. It's the soccer and track coach, CJ. What's his?
DJ. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I'm a member of the Century Club,
yeah,
and I know you're a member, and where we bring weekly people into talk, and they're mostly coaches. And I just always say, coaches just by nature are just so uplifting, like because they have to be, right? You're motivating people, so you have a lot of good interviews on that program and a lot of silliness, which I personally appreciate. So shoot your shot, everybody. I would check
yeah.
that out.
And I think it helps if you have a connection to Long Beach, but man, some of our favorite listeners, well, most of them live in Long Beach, but a lot of people move away from Long Beach, and they talk,
Ah,
and they,
and it's a way for them
yeah,
to like stay connected, right?
especially people like our age who are starting to move away for whatever reason,
Yeah,
whether a job or whatever, and they love it because they feel more connected to just the
yeah,
culture, I guess.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to ask you about while we were on here. Yeah, it's been a great run. I've been on that magazine, and my client just the other day when I got to her house, she's like, and she turned, I'm on the back page and she turned over and I said something and she was like, well, she goes, I'm surprised you let other real estate agents in the magazine. And I was like, I said, it's not my magazine. So, I don't know. I haven't gotten that one in a long time in the
Yeah.
beginning. It's
Well, I
funny.
know. I think you got a lot of people who thought it was your magazine for a long time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And,
it's all
yeah,
good.
and it's funny, right? In the beginning, we got a lot of I don't know if maybe you don't want me to say this, but I would get calls, "Oh, the magazines, blowing around and
Yeah,
don't drop it." No more calls. Everybody's, like, really happy to get that magazine
yeah.
for all the men.
It's fun. It's fun and funny to see how that's kind of progressed, and like, and with because I'm out there. First of all, I do a ton of distribution myself, and I just act like I'm not the owner, and then and then the kids that I'm out there with who are distributing. I mean, they'll even tell me how everyone because we'll also distribute flyers for anyone and everyone else,
Yes, yes,
which just a straight ad flyer is not often received quite as well, but everyone loves the magazine,
yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah,
so
it's
that
true. Anybody out there listening, any fellow real estate agents, if you're looking for somebody to drop flyers for you, yeah, they do a great job. Fast, efficient, get it done, good
right.
price.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it. I think you're just really iconic Long Beach at this point. And, congratulations on wanting to start your own business. I'm the same page with you. I just think that being an entrepreneur I just think it's where it's at. I don't know if you can pull it off.
right.
Yeah, yeah. All right. That's it. Anything else you want to tell me or no?
That's it. I'm looking to since you're on here and you paid for me to go on that trolley with the keyboard.
Yeah,
We didn't talk about that, but I'm looking to
yeah.
play somewhere. I need a piano though.
Okay,
I want to play somewhere this summer.
what happened to the wine place down by the boathouse?
Well, I will keep playing there, but they need to get their piano tuned, and they're
Oh,
taking forever.
my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah,
I
so
mean, it's like really bad. Like, and he will eventually, but it's like really bad out of tune.
can you play like a electronic one? Would it have to be a real piano, or you're better on a real
I
piano?
I prefer real.
Yeah, because what you did, yeah. So during the pandemic, it was right. We love Long Beach, and you went through the neighborhood, and
Yeah.
that was way awesome. Yeah, I was just wondering if we could just like I was like, even for that, when you got done, we were like, it would have been better if we just planted it at Whaley Park,
Yeah.
and people were there. So yeah,
Something.
he's a I remember the first time I went to your house, like, to, I don't know, drop something off when I first started advertising, and I was like, you were playing the piano as like a Beatles song and singing. I was like, I did not know this about you. So there you go. Now he's out there doing it everywhere. So if
Yeah.
anybody has any thoughts, where a good piano spot might be for John, lots of fun, lots of good sing along stuff, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also,
It's a lot of fun.
yeah, and I did want to apologize. I did not realize that you can no longer do your turtleneck party because of where
Mhm.
you live. I feel really sort of guilty.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can't you go back to that house and be like, "Can I just, like, rent the house for a night?" Like, where you used to rent?
yeah, I mean, my friends still live there, but so our turtleneck party was a pretty massive party. I would feel bad if I didn't have complete ownership. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like a 2 day setup and a 2 day clean after, and lots of small liabilities all over the place. So
I
I'd rather have complete control of the house. You know?
I think one year, I think the first year you did it, I think you invited me, maybe you were inviting the other advertisers, but I think we were like the early group. It's like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we did a parent hour.
yeah, it's like, "Thanks, John."
Well,
And,
but some of the parents stayed. It was like
oh,
1 a.m. and all of a sudden, it was mostly 20-year-olds, and then but it's a mix. All are welcome.
It's awesome. So yeah, we need to find you a place where you can do that, because now when you did those parties, did you have a piano at that house?
Yeah, we always did a big sing along. It was always at Christmas, so we would always do a bunch of.
Oh my gosh.
Once people were good and loose, we would do a big sing along.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't go, and since I don't have an off button, I probably would have been there. And they're like, "Oh, no, I didn't say that."
Yeah, but it'll
All
come
right.
back one day.
Yeah, yeah, we got to we'll have to figure that out hopefully together. And all right. Well, you have a really good day. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy, not so busy schedule. And yeah, see you around. Shoot your shot, listen to it, and yeah, I'll go on again. Paul said he wanted me on. I'm like, okay.
Hey, talk to him. I'm the boss man, but he's the boss for the
Okay.
show.